You've heard it 100 times before. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. The same is true in the insurance business, especially when today's property and casualty insurance marketplace is characterized by unpredictable patterns and more aggressive competition than ever before. Fortunately, history and experience can teach us some very useful lessons, which is why we are here today. Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of InFlight, a podcast series produced by Accenture Duck Creek to inform and share insights about today's property and casualty insurance marketplace and the software and solutions that can help your business soar, on-premise or in the cloud. My name is Adam Voss. I'm the host of InFlight, and joining me today in the studio, I am very, very pleased to welcome two legendary trailblazers and entrepreneurs in the property and casualty insurance software world, Mr. Yohn and John Roller. Gentlemen, welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Great.
Now, before we get started with today's interview, I know that the two of you, including your brother Doug, are the original founders of Duck Creek. Can you briefly tell our audience the backstory and how you got started with a property and casualty software company?
Well, as with any entrepreneurial business, it all starts with a problem-solving event. So there was a problem. We were fortunate enough to recognize that problem because of the uniqueness of what we used to do in a previous software business, and we noticed that there was a problem that needed to solve, and that was insurance information needed to be available to anybody, anywhere that needed that insurance information. And so we really started around that idea and said, let's try to make that insurance information available to everyone.
Yeah, so in the previous company, back in the 80s, technology was to write code, right? And so we took this 3-ring binder of paper, the insurance product, and looked at that paper and put it into code.
Now, it was fascinating.
Paper, a quaint thing. It was made from trees. Gotcha. They put it and they have paper and it puts information on it. And we put that into code, and that was great. But as the technology would change and different, the DOS world to different, and the code would change, code languages would change, and you're stuck with this inventory that you couldn't move.
Right.
So when we started Duck Creek, we thought we never want to do that again. And so the whole idea is, can I take and codify that 3-ring binder into some data so that I can now use it into the future and automate that insurance process?
More than that, if people could actually not ever have to put something on paper again,
Sure.
But whenever they came up with these things, it would actually go someplace that was reusable.
And so what year were you acquired by Accenture?
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
So how has being a business entity within Accenture helped grow and accelerate your original goals?
Well, obviously the whole genesis of Duck Creek was, as John was saying, we wanted to automate, the insurance offering. The insurance industry, what they sell is this promise to pay, this insurance policy.
Sure.
And as we looked at the technology offerings we were doing and said, this is kind of somewhat silly. So we wanted to go after the fact that we wanted to go to the source. Let's sell to the insurance carrier and give the insurance carrier technology that would let them automate their insurance product. We did that through the decade of 2000s, and as we joined with Accenture, I think one of the best things with the joining of the two organizations is just the influx of additional insurance information. It was great that Accenture had years and years and years of working in the insurance vertical, and so the combination of great automation and great insurance technology was I often say it was the peanut butter and chocolate coming together to make the Reese's peanut butter cup. It was a great mix.
Nice.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting experience. As the guy in charge of products at that time for Duck Creek, I was actually looking for partners that might already have a claims product in place. And because we were either going to spend a few $1 million building out a claims solution or actually going to somebody who already had a claims solution and being a partner. When we went to Accenture, we discovered they were peanut butter and chocolate the other direction. They started with a claims solution. They were getting ready to invest a few $1 million. And we looked at what we'd each done. We had the same technology. We had the same ideas on what technology should do. And it just made sense to come together. So not only did we come together with the total solution for what the industry needed. We also came together with financial strength, a much larger pool, and the ability to grow our development group not just locally, but even overseas. It was a great leverage moment.
A vertical market software play, right? You're working in this particular industry, and just the wealth of insurance knowledge was a great. Just the addition of all it together was excellent.
Well, and I assume, the Accenture Global Network, their footprint is huge.
And nobody asked to see our financials when we're part of it.
As a startup company, the question on financials no longer occurred.
Right. They just wanted the chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have been witness to so many changes in the industry throughout your careers. Where do you see the property and casualty software market going, let's say, in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah. So obviously we're automating the insurance process. And the insurance process is going to change, with the Internet of Things, the usage-based devices, wearable technology, all these activities that the society, because insurance is insuring what we do, right? How we live. And how we live and what we're doing is changing. The vehicle that you're insuring is now telling you about itself. And so the insurance products are going to have to follow suit. So I see the product offerings that insurance companies provide changing and morphing, and just no longer just a straight indemnification, but more of a service. And therefore, as we automate that and help them to put their product into the market and business, we have to make sure we're ready to support all how that product is changes, behaviors, and activities. So the technology, I think we're very well positioned to say, whatever your product definition needs to be, we can supply that technology for you and let you go to market with that.
Well, Andy, John, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Our pleasure.
And thank you for joining us out there as well. That's our show. Join us next time when we welcome Accenture Duck Creek's Chief Product Officer, Patty Griffin, and we talk about customer centricity and what it means to truly have best-in-class software capabilities. For more resources and insights on how Accenture Duck Creek can help you achieve high performance, go to accenture.com/Duck Creek. And join us for our spring event, Formation 15, from April 26th through the 29th, by registering at formation15.accenture.com. Thanks for joining. That's our show.